to whom? With the 132nd under Perry, from 21 to 27. What's the year? 2027. That's right. That was assigned to the last few years under John Connor. A computer defense system built for Sagnora and my Cyberdyne systems. And this computer thinks it can win right here, killing the mother of its enemy, killing him in fact, before he's even conceived. Oh, you're a soldier. Fighting for whom? With the 132nd under Perry, from 21 to 27. What's the year? 2027. That's right. That was assigned to
Now, when you look at these Edomites and how the conspiracies that they present, they use a lot of them through their movies. See, their movies pretty much is them showing what they're gonna do and showing the grand scheme of their plans. And so when you look at Terminator 1984, I would say the computer system was about 20 years old, maybe 30, and these dragons pretty much knew what they was gonna do. And so by the time you got to 1980, that's about 30, 40 years after they was already establishing the so-called internet and their concepts of combining humans with machine, or combining humans with the computer. This was one of their main goals, and what they was, all of their top engineers and philosophers was trying to push towards. But they knew they had to develop the situation. But they had the blueprint already established. So Terminator is just a visual update of the blueprint. You see, they established the blueprint around about the 1940s and 50s, but when you get to 1984 with Terminator, it's the updated version of their blueprint, and they knew this is what they wanted to do, and this was how the whole situation was going to play out. And that's just a small version of the story. When you go into the movie, you see that they was dealing with time travel, and they did the same thing in 12 Monkeys, in the movie The 12 Monkeys, because when they go back in time, it can they're pretty much showing you what's gonna happen in the future. So the going back in time and everything is trying to focus you to the future, to let you know this is something that's gonna happen in the future. So the Terminator went back in time to try to change what was going to happen in the future. And that's another thing. It's about changing the future. That's what the going back in time is really all about. Changing the future. Changing, the whole goal is changing what was destined to happen in the future. You see, this nuclear war is destined to happen in the future. So 12 Monkeys, they sent the guy back to try to change the situation. Same thing with the Terminator. They sent the Terminator back. The machine sent the Terminator back, and this other guy this other guy here at the top, they sent him back to try to change to try to stop the Terminator from killing her. Cause see, she represented uh the nation of Israel. To get right into it and to give you the meaning of the movie, Sarah Connor represented the nation of Israel, and John Connor represented the child that came out of the nation of Israel. When you look at Revelation, let me get that. Revelation chapter 12. Revelation chapter 12. It talks about the nation of Israel. And this is the plan of the elites, which is the pretty much the rulers and the controllers of the red dragon. But it says, Revelation 12:1, and there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and her head a crown, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. So she represented the 12 tribes of Israel, the nation. It says, and she, this woman, the nation of Israel, being with child, cried, travailing in birth and pain to be delivered. So they went back, the machines went back, the adversary of this nation of Israel, they went back in the future, in the past, to try to kill this lady so she wouldn't have the child. Same thing with these Edomites, the elites. Before the situation happened, they trying to exterminate the nation of Israel, which is the woman. And the system that they was talking about in the video, they say, in the movie, he say it's a cyberdyne system that's gonna be controlling everything. See, the computer system is gonna control everything, gonna be connected to everything and control everything. And this is gonna be their hope to exterminate this woman. And so you got different levels on it. Now the Terminator was focused on the woman. You see, the Terminator was focused on in all the Terminators, they was focused on killing the remainder, the people that was remaining from the destruction, because everybody died in whoever got caught up in that destruction, they was already dead. But the survivors of the destruction, see, that's who the Terminators was after. They was after the survivors of the nuclear war. And so he pinpointed when he said 2021, this 1984, you talking about 2021, and in 2021, all heck was breaking loose in Babylon the Great, America, and it's increasing, and they gave you a 6-year, 7-year stretch, where by 2027, the situation gonna be done popped off. That's their window. From 2021 to 2027, they planning on executing their plan. And see, this situation is pretty much I'm talking about this movie is too much. It's the blueprint, man. Now this dude, he ended up saving the day pretty much. And we know what happened in the other movies, that it wasn't over. She said, it's not gonna be over, is it? See, because it ain't gonna be over. Cause that's just a part of it. this situation is gonna go on way after the so-called nuclear war. And so when you look at what's going on, you got these people trying to create a system that's controlling everything, a worldwide system that's connecting everybody together and controlling everything. They got robots that can police and come after people with their in technology. They got the computer system that can control the robots. See, so they got everything in place, and they have pretty much built their blueprint. The blueprint that they made back in the 40s and 50s, they done completed it. Only thing they have to do is connect the power cord to the computer and cut the computer on, which the computer is already on and already connected to some of the people. So now they just got to add all the people to the computer, like on Matrix. The Matrix is already going on. They got the people already hooked up to the Matrix, and now they just gotta make a mandate that everybody get hooked up to the Matrix. And when everybody get hooked up to the Matrix, then they can focus on the possible survivors of this nuclear war and try to uh, prevent what's gonna happen in the future. And that's what at the beginning what I said is all based on preventing the destined nuclear war by getting rid of the nation of Israel. Because the nation of Israel is why the war is popping off. See, so when you get rid of them, you ultimately get rid of the war in the extermination situation. But they tell they stuff in their movies now. You just got to be paying attention and you got to know what's going on. And so this John Connor, he gave the people power where they could defeat the robots. See, and they could defeat the adversary. So he was like the savior, the deliverer. So the story is identical. Same thing with the Matrix. You had Neo, he came into the Matrix and he gave the people power along with itself to defeat the machines, the adversaries. And so they know the story and the script. Plus they know what they trying to do on the outside. They know the blueprint of what's gonna happen in the future and they trying to prevent it. So they pretty much are the Terminator. They the Terminator trying to terminate the future. That's pretty much what they trying to do. But yeah, the Terminator movie, man, it's on point when it comes to um, pointing out these people game plan, the game plan of the elites. See, and the police ain't gonna have no power. That's why they took her to the police station. She said, "Man, y'all, what's going on?" He was a crazy man. He knew he was trying to tell the police the situation, but he was seen as crazy. You crazy, man. What are you talking about? She believing that the nation looking at, she representing the nation of Israel looking at the man who know the future. And she saying, is he crazy? Even though he's showing her the truth now, showing her the certified truth, she saying he crazy. You see? And the police saying, we got 30 police in the building. This Terminator ain't gonna get you. We gonna protect you. Don't worry about what he talking about. We gonna protect you. And the dude Kyle Connor, he represent or well, I don't know if his name was Connor, but Kyle, he represent the prophets, and he was seen as crazy, even though he's saving this woman's life. See, he was seen as uh the enemy, and the police finna lock him up. See, the police, they uh pretty much on the side of the elites because they stopping the situation. But they only stopping the nation of Israel. See, they not messing with the Terminator. The Terminator coming there and destroy them real quick. In all the movies, the Terminator hit the scene and he destroyed the police. The police ain't even a factor. Sheriff Connor is the only one that they can't destroy. And she even have in this other movie, she even have a Terminator on her side. She have Arnold Schwarzenegger turns out to be a Terminator they sent from the future to help her. See, kind of like the Holy Spirit. He comes and help her to survive through the situation. Well, whatever they send from the future can't kill her because they got ultimate power when they hit the scene. Because she just a woman. She's like they say, Jacob is a worm. She's a weak woman with no defense. And so the only thing keeping her alive is the Terminator that was given to her to fight against these dragons. And they plan to exterminate the nation of Israel like Margaret Sanger was trying to do by creating that Planet Parenthood. See, that's focused on the nation of Israel. They not putting Planned Parenthoods in China, the Arab countries in Africa and all these other places. They spread them around Babylon the Great America because they trying to prevent the nation of Israel from taking over. They trying to prevent the destined future of the nation of Israel. And this Terminator movie has been one of the top movies since 1984. See, they promote that movie and give it all the promotion. And the average Joe don't know what the heck they talking about. They just, oh, it's a future movie about robots and you got Arnold Schwarzenegger in it. See, that's how the simple, they don't understand what the heck going on. But just like this dude, he knew what was going on. And they disguised themselves real good. That it looks like it's just a man that's on some drugs and he trying to kill this woman, a serial killer. See, they send out he like a lone wolf, not knowing he got a whole computer system and a whole organization of people back controlling him and putting him on a mission, and he just a freaking robot. But you wouldn't know that they what they up to because they hiding perfectly. He got human skin, hair. He sweat and stank. You wouldn't know that he's not a human. He look like a human. It's a whole robot trying to destroy this lady. And that's how the elites, they the Terminator. And you ain't gonna know they the Terminator. They look like regular people, just got some money and own some properties, and they don't got no power. And they just sitting around living their best life. But the whole time, they in the background making plans to exterminate the nation of Israel. But I'm gonna leave it there. All praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem and Kakadash. Shalom.